Hey Portland students, Rachel here, and now that Lily has shown you how to cook some winter squash, I just wanted to show you a few more varieties because there's around 11 varieties of winter squash at least, and lots of it grows really well here in Maine. So I just want to show you a couple of my favorites that I have here at my house. And you might be wondering, why is it called winter squash? Do we grow it in the winter? But we actually don't. We plant winter squash at the beginning of the summer, and it takes all summer to grow. So you'd plant it anytime you plant tomatoes or cucumbers, and then we pick it in the fall. And you know that when you buy it at a fall farmer's market or at the grocery store, you can actually store this in your house for a really long time because it is really hard. It has this nice tough outside that makes it able to last and last. So we live in Maine, not much stuff grows in Maine. So this is an excellent option to have some good vegetables in the middle of the winter. So the first squash I'll show you, let's see. Is this shaped like anything we might find outside? I'll give you a hint. Squirrels like to eat this nut for the winter. It is called an acorn squash because it's kind of shaped like an acorn that comes out of trees. The second squash I'll show you is this one. This is called a delicata squash, and the reason why I love this squash is because you can cut it to roast it, and unlike most of the other winter squashes, they have really hard skin. You can't really eat them. But this one you can eat the skin, so it saves a lot of work in the kitchen, not having to peel this all off, because some of these take a really long time. This is such a cute little squash because there's a bigger version of this called a butternut squash, but this one, the small one, is called a honey nut squash. And it is really good, and I've actually never had it before, so I'm going to cook this and try it for the first time soon. So I'll have to let you know how it goes. And this one I'm really excited about because it looks kind of weird. It looks like a fall decoration that you'd put on your porch, and it's really hard, but it is so good on the inside. It's called a blue Hubbard squash. And no, when you open it, it's not blue on the inside. It's actually, I just made a soup from it the other day, and it's this really beautiful orange soup, and it's so good. My final squash is one of my favorites, and I'll give you a hint on what it's called, if you don't already know. When you cut it and roast it in the oven, you actually peel all this insides out, and it comes out looking like this. What does this look like? If you said spaghetti, then you pretty much have the name down. This is called a spaghetti squash because you can cut it, roast it, and then eat it just like you would spaghetti. So those are some of my favorite winter squashes, and I hope whatever winter squash you get in your lunch box this month, you love it just as much as I do. Bye.